Evening, YouTube. We're doing a surgical procedure this morning. Got that Pioneer subwoofer and the amp out of a 2008 Pontiac G5 that was ordered with this upgraded stuff. Sounds pretty good. It's 10-inch amp or sub, and I wanted to see if I could graft it onto this 2005 Saturn. Give me a little bit better sound in here. And as you can see, I did. Wires look a little weird right now, but I'm in the process of doing it. Right here is the wires coming into the amp. You know, they're all twisted together. You can go online on forums and find out, find you some wiring diagrams about what color goes where. And then here's the line out for the speakers, regular speakers. Over here is the line out of the amp for the little subwoofer. And so I just went online and got all the color codes and all that stuff and wrote it down on a piece of paper so I could remember which wire went where. And the only wire you're not going to end up using is this green wire. It's a remote. It goes to the steering wheel or something if you have steering wheel controls, and we don't need that. And all these are just marked for where they go and what they are. I'll be taking them off. And I used the factory power right here. I made me a couple of clips that would slide into here. So there's my battery. You got to have battery power going to it. And right here is your ground. And right over here, let me see if I can find it. Right here, this pink wire is like they all are. If you hook up an amp, you got a pink wire that sends the signal from the receiver to the amp and tells it to turn on. And that's what this one here is. But it's working. I got it working. Here's the old amp. The old amp bit the dust, and it wouldn't send any signal out. It was real scratchy, and the volume was really low. I mean, it's older stuff, but I got it on hand, and I wanted to see if I could make it work. And it's not going to rattle the windows or anything, but it's definitely going to sound better than the factory system did. I had to put a new speaker here. I had a few. I took them out of the G5 again, and right here's the factory speaker. I wish I could have got it to work, but it's blown inside somewhere. I took a little bit of this. The cone was broke loose from that center part. This here was broke loose from this. So I took a little super glue and I glued it and let it sit for a while, and I put it back in, but I think it's broke underneath somewhere too, because it still rattles like crazy. But I wish I could have got it to work, because I like this stuff on the outside of the speaker, but I couldn't get it apart. They must have some kind of mega glue on it. And there's the old stereo, and this here's out of the G5 too. And my side mirrors aren't working. And most of the forums say that these switches go bad in Saturns. And I thought maybe I might try to make this work, but the problem is these two buttons here are a lot bigger than the Saturn buttons. I don't know if I can make it work or not. I might just take the old one out, which is over here, right here. You guys can see that, and see if I can clean it or something. Maybe put it back. They're only like $12 or $16. You can buy a new one for. I'll show you guys my little stereo I bought on Amazon, which, it don't fit perfect, but it's good enough for a work vehicle. Let's see here. I'm figuring out how to use this radio. That sounds all right. I'm gonna run it some, see how it does, but it's pretty cool little stereo, man. It was cheap, and but it works, and it has a subwoofer out RCA cable input on the back of this stereo, and I may end up putting me a big amp in here, because I got a couple of 10-inch subwoofers in an enclosure, a box, and it would fit in the back. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. It's just a work car, and I got it sounding good enough. Sounds real good when you're in it and you got the doors closed. Good little car. I've been driving it. I got it on the road. The synchronizer going into fourth gear is a little weird. You got to shift it slow from third to fourth so it won't grind the gears. But anytime you get a used car, you're gonna find all kind of things that you got to work with on them and stuff. But I had it up to 70 miles an hour on the interstate, man. It did fine. You know, it runs good. It don't shake or nothing like that. I did take a headlight cleaning kit and clean these headlights and the turn signals. So that made them look a whole lot better. And I'm going to put fog lights on it too, driving lights, whatever you want to call them. But I'm going to put them in there on here too, because I drive a lot at night going to work. And for me, they help a tremendous amount. You know, got new tires on the back. Check this out. New. I mean, they got a lot of tread on. But you guys can see, man, it's possible to do this. You know, it didn't cost me no money. Just a little bit of time and doing the research on what color wires go where and all that stuff. So now I got to finish putting all the wires together, you know, getting it straightened out and maybe put the wires in a loom. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to mount this stuff, because in the Pontiac G5 it mounted over here on this side over here, but I can't do that with this car. It's made different in here, and then these hinges, when you shut this hood, they come way down here, so you can't do that. I may mount it like it is, you know, just straight up like that, which, you know, it's not going to matter, but I do need to mount it because it's vibrating. When I turn it up, it vibrates. It's a pretty good little speaker though, man. It's not bad for factory. Like I said, man, I'm gonna try it and see how it does. If it ain't got enough jam for me, I'm gonna put the 210s in here with a 1,000-watt amp, but I don't know if I need all that. Anyhow, I just want to show you guys that, man. So if you guys got another little car sitting around and you want to upgrade some stuff on the car that you're fixing up, shoot, don't be afraid to take them off the old car, man. That's a 2008 G5 out there, and the colors are different on the wires, but as long as you take your time and pay attention to what you're doing, man, you can repurpose some stuff. You know, I'm going to do a lot of stuff. I'm going to take everything I can take off of that G5 and just stick it in a box somewhere, so if I need it, I got it. Save you a bunch of money, man. But anyhow, I just want to post this real quick and show you guys how to take an amp and a subwoofer out of a 2008 G5 Pontiac and put it into a 2005 Ion 2. I don't even know what I got. Anyway, all right.